stuck here. The cops won't bother me. First crash. Really don't see why people like the ruckus as much. I mean, I like it. You know, don't get me wrong. I am a fan of the ruckus. But when you have ridden some really good scooters, it's hard to kind of go back into a worse scooter. And I do like the 50 segment. It just, man, these bikes are just so much slower than the C3. Look at the skies. It definitely looks like there's some crap coming this way. Yeah, you know, I'm riding with my jeans. These are motorcycle jeans, so they got some padding in the knees and they're making me look like I have some weird knee condition. Aftermarket on the ruckus is phenomenal. There's so many modifications that people do. And if you look up ruckuses on the internet, you'll see all sorts of people that change the motor, which is something I don't understand, because I thought the whole point of getting a ruckus was to get the really good Honda 50 motor. But people put 150cc motors in this thing, and it looks like a ruckus just shit out another bike. It just looks like it's taking a dump. Whenever I see a ruckus with like a different engine, it just looks kind of silly to me. But they also put dark side tires, like car tires on it, different rims, definitely the different headlights. Different headlights always look pretty cool. I do have to admit, this color for the ruckus is just very cute. It's a great color. My other ruckus was a white one, and I thought that looked pretty good too. They also have a camo version. I don't think I can really sport camo very well. I think you have to be a real man for that sort of stuff. But lately I've been just riding my DL650. I don't think I've ridden this bike in quite some time. Every time I get on it, I mean, like if I'm gonna ride a scooter, I want to ride my C3. Yeah, one of the things I really like about scooters is like, man, they waste very little gas, and so you can go on a good ride and you'll waste like $2 and still like go out for like 2 hours. They're so efficient. And one of the great things too is that like I can go just around like neighborhoods, and it's just as fun to ride a motorcycle like fast. I find that riding one of these and riding it like in very small spaces to be just as fun. Everybody's on their cell phone. Jesus. Look, everybody's like just tethered to their phones. I think this is probably one of the reasons there's going to be a lot more motorcycle deaths and cycle deaths and everything, is that people are just constantly on their phone. Everybody's on their phone. I mean, it's incredible. I'm kind of looking forward to autopilot cars like the Teslas, because at least in traffic, people can be on their phone and have some way of their cars taking over for them. Because it's clear most people just don't have the attention span anymore. I think what I'm trying to tell you guys is that the ruckus is, I don't know, I would say it's overrated. I think you can get bikes much cheaper than the ruckus that are much better performing. But you know, it is your money. I think Honda has gotten very good at marketing. There's been a couple of guys that have ridden cross country in the ruckus, but I do not recommend it. I guess you can with any bike, really. I think I'm gonna go across the street here. Old Orchid. There's some dumping grounds here. These dead-end roads always are a magnet for people who want to dump trash. You know, I did ride this bike off-road a little bit, and it's not a very good bike for off-roading. Definitely a lot has to do with the tires, but because of the small diameter of the tires, it just becomes very, very uncomfortable. But I'm sure there's people who do it. I'm just not really a off-road rider. I used to ride quite a bit off-road, but man, just these little holes send you like flying. Oh shit, gravel. Yeah, I mean, this is, if you guys can hear my voice, it's, you can tell just this road with a crushed gravel does not feel very good on me. I think one of the problems with 50s for commuting is that in the DC area, even though the traffic is kind of low, people get very frustrated and they want to like pass you and like kind of push you off the road. Ooh, man, it's such a rough scooter. This suspension is just so goddamn terrible, man. That's kind of sad. I beat the guy off the line. I guess he was trying to beat me. That's so pathetic. That's like a Dodge Neon. Yeah, there's some major drawbacks to the ruckus. It being very underpowered right from the get-go. I find people in my comments saying that clearly there's something wrong with my ruckus or my ruckus is stock. And yes, it's stock, but there's nothing wrong with the ruckus because I've had two and I've ridden a horde of them, and they're all pretty slow unless you modify them. I have ridden ruckuses that people modify them and they are pretty fast, but I just compare things as they are stock because I'm comparing it to my C3 that's stock as well. And imagine, like, most people that do buy ruckuses for commuting or scooters for commuting, they're not going to be modding the hell out of them. But the ruckus is a little bit more interesting because it's not a very practical scooter at all. There's no underseat compartment, and for me, the beauty of a scooter is having some underseat storage if you're going to commute to work. The Honda Elite I had was a amazing bike that had everything a scooter needs, including a very large trunk space, fuel injected, and of course nobody wanted those bikes, so you could get those much cheaper than a ruckus like this, but you needed a motorcycle license for it. Little tiny wheels from the ruckus definitely don't help any suspension, like potholes when you hit them. It's just a very unstable bike. It's the same thing with the C3. Like, that's the characteristics of scooters, especially with the low wheel scooters, like the small diameter scooters. Excuse me. Allergies, man. The small diameter wheels are definitely a lot more unstable, but they help with quick turning and just like agility in the city. Well guys, thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe and like and all that crap, and I'll see you in the next videos. Hopefully I'll get some more motorcycles to test out. If you're interested in letting me ride your bike, which I know it's kind of blasphemy for a lot of motorcycle riders, just let me know. I'll head over there and give it a go. Alright guys, thanks. I'll see you in the next video.